Welcome back to Bravo Breaking News. I'm Kim, and this is my chief correspondent, Lisa.
Hi, everyone.
And if you're obsessed with all things Real Housewives, you've come to the right place. Salt Lake City is back. And I could not be more thrilled.
Same. Honestly, this series, this franchise is like next to Beverly Hills. It's my number 2. And I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but guys, if you're sleeping on Salt Lake, wake the F up because it's great. And this is only the 3rd season, so you can catch up super quickly.
Wake up. Salt Lake City is taking Bravo by storm, and everything has changed this season from what we all know and loved about Salt Lake. We've got Meredith versus Lisa.
I know she has my back. I know she wants what's best for me. I know there's no ulterior motive there.
She was like, oh my God, you're amazing. And I just felt the same way about her.
We've got Heather versus Whitney.
Heather and I have been friends for years. We are actually cousins. We are bloodline relatives.
She's the best human I know, and she's such a good friend to me.
And we've got Jen Shah facing prison time.
Versus the people.
Versus the US government. These are the rivalries of the century, and we're just getting started.
So we open with, you see Meredith and Jen meeting up.
You look cute. I brought a picnic basket.
Oh, I love it.
You see Heather and Lisa meeting up.
Hey, Heather.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
See you. It's good to see you.
Although they want to make us think that it's Meredith and Lisa meeting up to come together after Lisa's epic rant from the end of last season.
Meredith can go herself. I'm done with her because I'm not a whore and I don't cheat on my husband. Her and her dumb family that poses.
Meredith and Jen kind of arrive at this spa, and they're going to do some little winter hot tubbing.
This looks phenomenal.
And just catch up on the latest drama, as one does.
Oh, totally, as one does.
I guess Jen and Meredith made up after the reunion last year.
I totally understand. And Meredith, honestly, when I saw you, I saw myself a year ago. Thank you.
Meredith wanted nothing to do with her, but now they've made up and they're kind of bonding over, the whole Lisa Barlow drama.
Cheers. Here's to a new year and a new us.
I will drink to that. No more fighting.
No more fighting.
Meredith basically is like, look, she said the most horrific things about me that I'm not holding back anymore. And so she kind of, brings up that there's some rumors around town.
I'm hearing rumors left, right, and center about Lisa.
And, maybe some affairs, about maybe Lisa's businesses aren't what they seem. Jen kind of echoed the same sentiment, that she had also heard these things.
Yeah, Lisa's had an affair. Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Then we see Lisa and Heather meeting, and Lisa is kind of in this place where she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to move forward with Meredith.
For me, it's very uncomfortable to say this, but I need some help with Meredith.
Kind of in a bind after what she said last season. And Heather's kind of giving her some sound advice.
You're in the position where you have to say, I didn't mean it. It was a moment, and I'm going to have to eat for it for a long time.
She needs to reach out to Meredith, which she hasn't in 2 months.
What she did, it's not one of those things where you're just going to apologize and then everything's going to go back to normal. And so the fact that she hasn't, reached out in the months between the reunion and now, I don't know if that was the best move, Lisa. But yeah, she's almost in this spot where she literally has no friends on the show. So she's reaching out to Heather, who, they've always had a history. And Heather's kind of I don't know what this is, but Lisa needs me. So I guess I'll go, and maybe she'll not hate me.
To us.
To us. I didn't expect that, but okay.
And I just want to say, Heather Gay is a great friend to have. Okay. We've seen that she's a ride or die. And I just thought she was giving really honest good advice to Lisa.
We also saw Whitney basically wanting to excommunicate herself from the Mormon church.
I came to the realization that I'm ready to close that chapter and leave officially and ask them to remove my name.
How did you feel about that?
Well, I honestly thought that her and Heather were both already excommunicated because of their divorces. Like, I thought that that's what they had said in seasons past, but maybe I don't know enough about the church. Like, maybe it's one of those things where they can say they don't want you, but like you have to officially say, I'm cutting ties. I don't know. I mean, I think it was a big deal. I wasn't surprised. What surprised me was Heather's reaction and how emotional she got. And then I also wanted to know, is Whitney's husband also doing the same thing? Like, where does he stand? I'm just curious.
I think he's out. I think he's out of the church. And, you know, it was just as easy as going to quitmormon.com.
I can literally go to quitmormon.com.
How easy is that?
For Whitney to just, you know, sign the paper and, you know, and she's free. So I was happy for her. I think that that's what makes this show so unique, is seeing this Mormon culture kind of play out, something that I'm super unfamiliar with, as you said, and seeing how the ladies deal with it, you know, something that they've grown up being. And, you know, when they become adults and start families and live their lives, it's just not something they want to be a part of anymore.
Right.
So switching gears, we get to see Jen's new house, which she downsized.
I went from 9,000 square feet to half of that.
As she should. She's complaining about the size of her house. She's complaining about the closets.
I went from the Barbie dream house closet, okay, to like a normal size closet.
Not a good look, Jen. Read the room.
Yeah, I mean, she downsized to like 4,500 square feet, which is still, for the record, twice the size of my house. So, you know, it can't be all that bad, but, you know, I think it's kind of like Erica talking about her little bungalow. And it's like, yeah, your little bungalow in West Hollywood is probably worth $3 million. So
yeah. And she's also downsizing the Shaw squad, but I think a lot of that is out of her control, seeing as many of them are either in custody or awaiting their sentencing in this whole thing. So nice try, Jen.
right. But we didn't get specifics on that. I want to know, like, does she still have any assistants, or does she just have one assistant? I just, curious minds want to know.
I mean, I'm hoping that she's not still running her business currently. I'm hoping that that's being put on pause. And so I'm hoping that she doesn't need or want to have an assistant at this moment.
But let's be honest, these assistants were not sitting in an office, you know, doing work on a computer. They were running errands for her. They were scheduling appointments for her, you know, so I wouldn't be surprised if she still had, you know, someone helping with that stuff.
Yeah, true. I mean, but who knows? Maybe Coach Shah has taken on some of those duties. I was surprised at how, you know, I don't know, maybe not surprised. Their relationship seems to be pretty strong, and he's totally been like right by her side. You can tell he's been supportive throughout this entire process, and I commend him for that, honestly.
Yeah, it seems though like it has definitely taken a toll. Like, he just, when he first came in, he just looked so tired.
How was work today?
Long.
And you could hear it in his voice. And I was like, I really feel bad for him, because kind of an impossible situation, like, you know, to have your spouse be arrested and accused of crimes like at a federal level. And it's like, you know, what do you do?
I know.
I felt bad for Coach Shah.
It's uncharted territory for sure. And, you know, Jen kind of digs herself deeper by saying, you know, all of my assistants and people involved have taken a plea deal. I'm not going to take a plea deal.
I'm not going to take a plea deal when I'm not guilty. I'm innocent.
Right. It's one of those statements that did not age well.
No.
Because fast forward, you know, a couple months later, and she in fact does take a plea deal, everyone.
Oh, yes. I can't wait for the sentencing. It should be in a few weeks, actually. So counting down to that.
So thoughts on, while Jen is awaiting trial, she said she's like, you know, 7 weeks out. But she's throwing Coach Shah a birthday party. Now, I don't know that I would have it in me to put on a party, put on a happy face, and want to have a big get together amidst all of this legal drama that's going on around me. How would you handle that?
I get it. Yeah, me personally, I wouldn't, but you can tell like Jen and Sharif are acting like it's their last day on earth. Like they are having Jen all out.
To the nines.
I have to say, she looks stunning at the party.
Too much. Too much. Too much. That's why I've got to get out of the scene.
And they're dancing, they're drinking. They're having like the wildest time. And just enjoying themselves. I really feel like this could be the last time they celebrate Sharif's birthday for a while. So, hey, might as well do it while they still can.
That's a good point. I didn't think about it that way, but you're right.
Everybody's having a grand old time besides Meredith and Lisa.
We're doing a hard seltzer right now. It's like crazy. Yeah.
Obviously, it's situations like this where you're going to be forced to be in the same room as someone who you're not getting along with, that, you know, Lisa was probably like, shit, maybe I should have reached out to her sooner. Because now she's doing this kind of awkward thing where it's like, okay, I know she sees me. I know I see her. But like, I'm not really ready to say hi yet. Should I go say hi? I don't want her to I don't want to cause a scene. It's just that awkward tension.
Oh, so awkward. So then she does this like awkward hug with Seth.
How are you? Can I hug you? Is it okay? You don't have to.
And their conversation was so cringe.
Does that make sense?
None of it makes sense to me.
It was hard to watch. I mean, obviously Seth is going to be ride or die Meredith. And Lisa's kind of like basically breaking down to him, getting super emotional.
Like I literally haven't been able to sleep
about, you know, what she said, basically saying she didn't mean it.
Like, I never thought those things. I don't even think those things now.
And, you know, I think it was kind of like a Kathy Hilton moment. Like Lisa Barlow had a Kathy Hilton meltdown. She said these terrible things about a person, and she's gonna
admit it and apologize and move on.
I was thinking the same thing as I was watching it. I was like, oh my God, Lisa pulled a Kathy, or Kathy pulled a Lisa, because Lisa's moment happened earlier. But I want to ask you, so who had the better apology, Lisa Barlow or Kathy Hilton?
Oh, Kathy, 100%.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we've scratched the surface of Lisa's apology yet. You know, her and Meredith haven't really come together yet. It's only been very surface level. She apologized to Seth, but we need this sit down with Lisa and Meredith.
At some point, I want to talk to you. You're open to it. Not tonight.
The sisters of Salt Lake, if you will. And just like Kyle and Kathy did. So
I don't think Meredith's going to be as easy to forgive as Kyle.
I'm really, really sorry.
Leave me alone.
Oh no, what she put Jen through last season, I think we're going to see this season with Lisa Barlow, and I'm ready.
Me too. I'm super excited to see how this plays out. I hope you guys tune in, get on board, make sure you subscribe if you like what you watched, and we'll be back next week with more.
Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come on Bravo Breaking News.